In a quiet suburban town, there was a boy named Adam, just 13 years old. Even though he lived with his family, he felt completely alone. 2 years had passed since his father, his best friend and his only real source of comfort, had died. Since then, Adam had been drowning in loneliness. At school, he wasn't bullied because he was different. He was bullied because he was invisible. People looked right through him. Fear wrapped itself around him like a heavy blanket. Fear of living, fear of failing, fear of the future. Every day, he would come home, lie in bed, and sleep for hours, trying to escape a world that seemed to have no place for him. Sadness became a normal part of his life, and slowly he lost hope that things could ever change. One ordinary afternoon, while Adam sat alone under a tree after school, feeling smaller than ever, he met her. Her name was Lily, and she had a lightness about her that Adam hadn't seen in anyone else. She didn't see him the way others did. She actually saw him. At first, they were just classmates sharing a few words, but something about her made Adam feel less invisible. Day by day, she would smile at him, talk to him about simple things, music, dreams, off little jokes that only they understood. For the first time in years, Adam felt the warmth of human connection, a flicker of something beautiful in his otherwise dark world. Without even realizing it, Lily became the anchor he didn't know he was searching for. She made him laugh when he had forgotten how to smile. As the months passed, Adam and Lily grew closer. What started as small chats turned into long conversations after class, during lunch breaks, and even late-night texts. Adam, now 14 years old, began to feel something new, hope. She made his world brighter, softer. With Lily, he could talk about his dad without breaking down, about the loneliness he kept buried inside. And when he struggled to study for an important exam, Lily looked him in the eyes and said something he would never forget. "Study hard, so that when you propose to me one day, I'll be proud to say yes in front of my family." Those words hit him like a promise. It was the first time someone believed in his future. From that moment, Adam knew. He didn't just want to pass the test. He wanted to become the kind of man Lily could be proud of. That night, for the first time in years, he dreamed big. Over the next year, Adam worked harder than he ever thought possible. Every morning, he woke up with a purpose. He wasn't just studying for school, he was studying for his future with Lily. At 15 years old, Adam became one of the top students in his class. His teachers started noticing him, and even his old classmates who once bullied him began to respect him. But despite all the progress he was making, Adam still battled his own fears. Every time Lily smiled at him, he wondered, does she feel the same? Some days, her eyes said yes. Other days, her silence planted doubts deep inside him. Yet no matter how confusing it got, one thing was clear. He was changing, becoming stronger, all because of the hope she had given him. Then, one day, it all changed. Out of nowhere, Lily told Adam she didn't want to continue talking. No explanation, just distance. It hit Adam like a train. He couldn't breathe, couldn't think. The one person who gave his world meaning, gone. He replayed every moment in his mind, searching for what he did wrong. At just 16 years old, he had already lost two of the most important people in his life, his father and now her. The pain was unbearable. He stopped studying. He stopped dreaming. For weeks, he walked through life like a ghost. But even in the silence, her voice echoed in his mind. "Study hard so when you propose to me, I'll be proud." That one sentence haunted and pushed him. Maybe she was gone, but the vision they shared was still alive inside him. At age 17, something inside Adam shifted. He looked at himself, broken, lost, and whispered, "This can't be the end of my story." He stood up, wiped away the tears, and opened the books again. But this time, he wasn't just studying for school. He studied everything: business, psychology, communication, money, how the world works. He devoured knowledge with a hunger fueled by heartbreak and ambition. He didn't want revenge. He didn't want to prove anyone wrong. He wanted to become the man his father would be proud of, and the man she once believed he could be. He started building a plan, piece by piece, not just to succeed, but to transform. He still thought of her every day, but now her memory lit a fire inside him. Love had broken him, but it also rebuilt him stronger. By age 18, Adam was no longer the same fragile boy. He was sharp, focused, and determined. Every morning he would wake up before sunrise, setting small goals for himself: reading, learning new skills, practicing discipline. While others were lost in parties and distractions, Adam stayed locked in a quiet battle with his own limits. He knew success wouldn't come overnight. He was building something inside himself: patience, resilience, vision. The world still felt lonely sometimes, but he was no longer afraid of it. Instead, he had learned to befriend the silence, to listen to his dreams whispering in the dark. Adam realized greatness isn't given, it's earned, day by day, when no one is watching. At age 19, Adam began putting his knowledge into action. He and Joe started developing a small project, just a simple game. They worked in Joe's cramped apartment, surviving on cheap takeout and big dreams. Joe handled the business side, while Adam brought his creativity and technical skills to life. Every bug fixed, every late night brought them closer. They weren't just building a product, they were building trust, vision, and something that could change their future. After months of struggle, they launched the game. It wasn't perfect, but it gained traction. For the first time, Adam saw real people enjoying something he helped create. And in that moment, he realized maybe he wasn't just surviving anymore. Maybe he was finally beginning to live. At age 22, Adam and Joe's small game turned into a surprise hit. The feedback was overwhelming, and within months, a publisher offered to invest. They expanded, moved into a modest office, hired a small team, and called their company Pixel Forge Studios. Adam led the creative vision, designing worlds that inspired millions. Joe mentored the team with the same wisdom he once gave to Adam. Together, they launched more titles, each one better than the last. Money started to flow, but it was never about that. For Adam, success meant proving that pain doesn't define you, what you build from it does. And every success felt like a message to the world. I made it, and I didn't do it alone. At 24 years old, he stood at the pinnacle of his young career, a living testament to perseverance and growth. The shy, broken boy who once drowned in fear and loneliness had evolved into a confident and visionary young man. His name was now associated with innovation and success. Yet, deep down, he never forgot her, the girl who once lit his darkest days with hope. Every achievement, every milestone, carried a silent whisper of her memory. Sometimes, he would find himself gazing out a window late at night, wondering if she would be proud of who he had become. His love for her had matured into a silent strength, fueling his ambition without chaining his heart. He had learned the greatest lesson of all, that true love, even when lost, can still be the light that leads us to become our best selves.